Hello! So we're back in Stonewood for our final amplifier with an AFK Endurance build. So Amplifier D down here for me. So there's two other locations. So we have up here, you could potentially have it, and there's one all the way over there. So if I just show you the map for where mine is, it's down here, bottom left. Now, obviously, I don't have these two amplifiers placed in those positions. So I'm not going to be building specifically for that, but if you really do need builds for that, let me know, and I can look to make those briefly showing where you'd put them if I was to have it there. But yeah, for Amplifier D down here, we're going to start with the east direction because we've pretty much done all the work already, right? So for the east up here, they're going to spawn in the same sort of area they do for our Amplifier A. So we've already got the tar pit traps set over the entire thing. All we need to do is just build some little tunnels leading down to Amplifier D down there. So we're going to lead them through this area. Just block off that corner there. We're going to do a bit more of a block off on this one, just to stop them from wanting to flank, because they could drop down over the tunnels. And I'm actually just going to block this now. I usually do the flanking and stuff afterwards, but we're here. Let's just do it now. Why not? Do that there. So yeah, the main tunnels here are going to be in this area here. So if we build walls in these positions, we could put a floor here. Yeah, we'll do that actually. And then walls here like this. In fact, instead of putting that there, we'll put it there. We've got all the ceiling stuff set up. The reason I want to do this is, one, we can do this. Now, I'm not sure if these will get broken, when spawns come in and stuff. They might potentially, want to do that. What you can also do is this wall here, where we placed for before, if we move this to here instead, we won't have then three walls next to each other, because three walls next to each other might incentivize the husks to break them. So if we do it like this, you could even put a wall here if you want. Get some extra sort of damage going on, and then one there to have more traps. There's no point putting floors here because these I think will definitely get destroyed, but the walls are more likely to stay in. Then here we want to just put some back walls in. We'll put some ceilings, and I don't think flingers can fling from here, but if you are paranoid, you could put some walls up there, or if you do see them flinging through, for example, then you can do that. So on this right hand side, they're just going to do a straight drop down. So if we build all the walls like so, and then give them a floor at the bottom, we can sort of bring them down this direction. And then for this side, if we just do this as we bring them down, just making sure they're still trapped inside, and then bring them into the connecting area here. What we can do down here is what we've done in the past, where we can put, traps here at the side. We block that off. We can then do some lower walls here and put some traps in there. In fact, actually, we can do that here. So if we put that, and we'll go for a full wall there. Block that off. Ceiling. This is where they'll be coming down. So you could put a full wall here as well. It depends how you want to go about it. We're going to put it there. You could even put one there as well. I'm not sure how well the traps work when it's half a wall like that, so I'm going to leave that one open instead of placing one there. And then as they come down, we're going to sort of bring them to here, and then just do a bit of a zigzag towards the end. Get that wall built there. This bit's going to sort of be our usual extra traps that we can use as they sort of come towards the objective. We can get these built here as well. This is sort of going to combine with the trap tunnels that we build for this area. So, probably leave that one open, but, this is sort of going to merge up because we will get a spawn down there. But with this direction, it's a lot easier to control them because they spawn in this massive area and then come through here, so we can do a lot more damage. This one, the spawn's just right up there, so we don't have as much room to play with. Probably just get ceilings on all of these. Just want to check. The husks can climb up here. I don't think they will, but if we get rid of that ceiling just to be safe for now, And then when we do that direction, we'll cover it. Then for here, we will do this, where again, we'll do our sort of box there and there. And then once we get to this point, that's pretty much it, I guess. We don't want to build too close to the amplifier, which I think we have done previously in some cases. I think building diagonally should be fine, and then from here we can do what we usually do. We'll leave it there, and then we'll build a bait and, well, not a bait and switch, just a bait for the smashers. So that should be everything you need. You can put a wall there as well. Shouldn't be any harm in putting that one, just because we can put a bit of extra damage there, but just leave the exit open, otherwise the smashers will charge. And that should be good for the structures for that area. So, you know, flanks like up here, we'll probably cover this with the other direction. You know, we can block this off. We'll cover that when we do that direction. As for over here, you know, we've got all this stuff blocked up and all that good stuff from previous videos. The enemies can come down here. So, you know, we probably want to block this off just so the enemies don't wander down here and, you know, circumvent the trap tunnels and then walk all over them. So if we build this, at this point we can get rid of that spike on there. We don't need that. Whoops, I did not mean to place that. I just wanted to change the direction. So if we point that way, make sure we do the full grid here. Didn't realize there was a brick there to stop me. Now, it's kind of difficult, as I said here, because if we start building stuff here, it might get destroyed by spawns. So really, this is probably all we're going to be able to do there. What you can do is just add one last layer at the back like this, and do it like so. And then that should be enough to stop them from coming through here. You know, if they try break through here, we'll probably swap this one out for maybe broadsides to ping back and forward, or the wall spikes. We'll put it on that one as well, but I'll cover that when we go into the traps. But that should be the only flank we need to take care of, because everything else should be taken care of. So now that we've got all that stuff down, we can go to placing the traps. So I'll level this stuff up, and I'll show you the perks you need on your traps, and then after that I'll see you to place the traps down. So I'll see you in a second. Thank you so much for watching to this point. If you are enjoying the video, please do let me know in the comments. But also, I am on the supporter creator program, so if you could please use my code CAMBYG, and be sure to subscribe as well to get all future videos. Thank you so much. The anti-air trap 1 range on there for durability. Ceiling drop trap, so we're going for a crit build on this one as well. Ceiling electric field, we're going for a crit build once again, you know it. Floor freeze trap, so for this one we've got 2 impact and knockback. Floor launcher, so for whacking all the impact and knockback on there. Tar pit trap, so for this one I like to go for full durability. Wall darts, another crit build, another all-rounder build. The wall dynamo trap, so for this one I've gone for energy. Wall launcher, so for this one we've got 3 impact and knockback. Wall lights, so another 3 impact, 2 reload speed. Wall spikes here, we've gone for crit build, so 2 crit rating, 2 crit damage. Wooden floor spikes, so crit build on this one, that's pretty much. Alright, so now that you've got that leveled up, and it's now night time because it took so long upgrading all the metal as it goes, we can start placing down the traps. So at the very edge, you know, right next to the amplifier here, we will place tar pit traps to just suddenly stop anything in its tracks, even smashers, and then we will place a freeze trap here, and then higher up in the... Oh, I missed a piece of metal. That's cheeky. Get that upgraded. In all these bits here, I'm thinking for the very last one we will do a freeze trap, and then in all the other ones we will do wooden floor spikes, if I can get to my lower level ones, just because it's Stonewood. We don't really need the big massive ones. Then up here on all these, just place floor spikes. We want to damage them as they come out of spawn. While I'm up here, might as well get the other traps going. So for these 2 up here, we want ceiling electric field. Reason being, like, you might want to do tire, you know, you might feel like inclined to do that. We can do that further down, but Zap Boys here will affect all the husks in this spawn area out here, so that's the reason we're doing that. Then for these walls, we want to do broadside, and here. In fact, it's pretty much going to be everywhere in this area. Because we have a bunch of walls looking at each other, right? And for those, we put broadside traps, baby. So smack these down absolutely everywhere, pretty much. These two are looking at each other. The only one for this one, there's not a wall looking at it. I'm just going to put one there. And that way we can slap broadsides there. So I apologize for putting that down after the fact, but, you know, we improvise and adapt here. At this point, we'll do broadside here as well. You could potentially put a wall there and put more broadsides on. I don't think that would be necessary, especially because then you limit how much these can affect around them. As we come up on this one, we will do wall darts. If I can get my lower level ones out real quick. On the sides, we will continue the broadsides because broadsides are king. We're going to put one on that one as well. You can get these two shooting out at the very least just to get a bit more damage. On this one, we will do the tar pit trap tire drop. Every single time I get the name mixed up. If I ever don't get it mixed up, just I don't know, cheer with joy. On these ones we can put wall dynamos as they fall down to hit everything as they come down. On this back one we'll do darts because it will shoot all the way through the tunnel, hitting everything as it comes through. Broadsides on the side. This one we're going to do broadsides. Let's see, what have we got over here? On this one, we will do darts. That one darts. Then that one darts. This one darts. And then on the sides, we'll do broadside again. Right. Now on the low walls, we want our dynamos as well, because this is the only trap we can use here, obviously. Once we're at the bottom here, for the ceilings, what we will do is get our ceiling electric fields in the side rooms. And then this one will do one. And for these two, we will do, if I can find my lower level ones, we will do gas traps to get the massive damage. On this one, we will do the tire drop. I said the right one that time. That's magical. For this one, you could potentially put a broadside here. It's not going to be as effective, obviously, as it would be ordinarily. For this one, I'll probably leave for that direction, but we can at least put a ceiling electric field there. Also, in these corners, we want them. But then, I think we will put one there. And then for the other ones, we will use the gas to do damage. This one's like covering, you know, this block, this block, this block, and up here. So it's worth putting a spreadable, you know, ceiling electric field. Then for the low walls, obviously dynamos, as we've done with the other areas. Potentially on this one, I don't think you'd need it, and I'm going to leave it just to avoid it triggering any smashers. You know, we don't want to upset them if they did make it this far, for whatever reason. Then for wall darts, we can get a few in. We can put it on that one, that's fine, although you shouldn't need it. Right, and then for this one, just a last, probably stun, I guess, for this one. Just to keep them in place if they are here for whatever reason. You can do whatever here. You could use a wall launcher to push them back. You could do broadside to get... It doesn't really matter. You're really not going to get anything come to that point anyway. One thing to note up here. So we had this blocked, and then we had a ceiling here because we were going to damage stuff. But this wall right here leads to the trap tunnels. So what I've done is I've just put a cone and faced it towards there to stop them from breaking through. That's all the change there. Up here, I think we had spots where we want to change the traps. So I'm going to place the wall spikes on these with the healing. This one was a wall darts before if you were watching, but we've changed that. And then we can leave this as a wall darts. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. We don't have a trap on this side here. We'll change this one to wall darts. I think I just added that wall in quite recently, didn't I? And this one as well. And you can put a wall darts on the back side of that as well. And then I think that covers all the traps. So quite a brief one here. Although I think it did end up taking longer than I expected. But definitely a lot shorter than some of the other videos we've done. Be sure to subscribe and let me know how you found it in the comments. Because we've got another 2 spawns for this amplifier. The last amplifier placed down is the worst one because you don't have the other amplifiers to block the spawns. So you can have a spawn down there and one over there. If you haven't seen how to do the smasher build, then stick around for the rest of the video. But if you have seen it on the other ones, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. But yeah, if you're still here at this point, what we're doing here is just building a structure around the amplifier to keep the smashers busy and wanting to make it all the way over here. So this structure here basically makes the smashers want to come all the way through the trap tunnels and not damage them, and instead come to break this. They're not going to make it to this point because our trap tunnels are absolutely strong and it is Stonewood, so we don't need to worry. But it just gives them an objective and makes them not want to smash the stuff in here with our lovely little trap tunnel that we built and poured our blood, sweat and tears into. So yeah, that's all that you need for there. So once you've got that bit built, you can level it up, and you're done for this direction. So yeah, as I said, I'll see you in the video for the south and then the west. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in those.